Welcome to AmA Media. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. Thank you and much love.
Fair use.
If you enjoyed this video, leave me a comment.
It's the end of your workday and you're staring at the to-do list you made earlier. You have one project at the bottom of the list that you've been putting off. It's already late, you still haven't gotten to it. You tell yourself you'll tackle the item tomorrow. You become increasingly frustrated with yourself for not getting it done. If this sounds like you, you're not alone. Almost everyone procrastinates at one point or another. For many, the issue doesn't interfere with their quality of life. But if you find yourself continually procrastinating, and then regretting it, you could be caught in a negative cycle. It's easy to be hard on yourself when you delay tasks, either at home or in the workplace. But do you deserve self-criticism, or is your procrastination pointing to something more serious? Short-term benefits and long-term costs. Many of us know it as putting off things that we need to get done, no matter the level of difficulty behind the task. We all procrastinate from time to time. However, when we develop a habit of putting off necessary actions, even when we face negative consequences, procrastination can affect our well-being. According to a 2014 study on procrastination and coping, 20 to 25% of adults worldwide are chronic procrastinators. The issue can be linked to depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, ADHD, and poor study habits. Procrastination is connected to negative functioning and risks to mental health. People who procrastinate tend to have high levels of anxiety as well as poor impulse control. Procrastination is even linked to physical illness. People who procrastinate experience more stress and tend to delay treatments, which can create a cycle of poor health due to just putting things off. So why do we procrastinate? Even though procrastination results in more stress in the long term, people may delay action with the idea that they will feel better in the short term. Studies consistently show that our stress levels are higher as a result of procrastination, though. There are a number of reasons why you may procrastinate. Feeling bored. It makes sense that if you perceive an activity as boring or unpleasant, you're far more likely to put it off until later. Lack of belief in your abilities. Another reason you may procrastinate. You lack faith in your abilities. Believing that you can carry out tasks is essential to functioning. If your sense of self-efficacy is low, you're less likely to begin a task or to see it through. Fear and anxiety. You may procrastinate out of fear. For example, you might delay essential medical tests because you're afraid of a diagnosis. The more anxiety we experience about a task, the more likely we'll put it off until later. Not only does your stress level increase when you do this, but there's a risk to physical health with an undetected, untreated illness. The fear of being judged or embarrassed can cause you to put off scheduling meetings or completing projects. Perfectionism can play a role in procrastination. People may delay tasks they believe they won't perform well or that they'll fail altogether. They may try to put off a task until they suddenly feel more inspired or have a better idea, even though inspiration is more likely to strike once a person starts a task. Distractions in our environment can prevent us from focusing on the task at hand. Many of us can relate to the lure of social media over a dreaded activity, such as paying bills. Researchers believe procrastination has increased in recent years. Technology has been a factor. However, procrastination has been reported as a human behavior throughout history. Children may procrastinate for the same reasons as adults. They may fear making mistakes. They may wish to put an unpleasant task out of their minds, only to struggle more later. It's important to keep in mind that children who procrastinate may be unsure of what is expected of them. For example, a child who delays turning in a homework assignment may be unclear about the directions. If you notice your child procrastinating, be sure to be patient and clear in your expectations. On the other hand, children who chronically procrastinate may do so because they've gotten away with the behavior in the past. It's important for parents and other caregivers to follow through with requests to help children develop healthy habits. Avoiding tasks out of fear of an unpleasant outcome is a sign of anxiety. For example, when people fear a result, they may delay learning the results of a test, or avoid taking the test altogether. People with anxiety may also struggle with perfectionism. When this is the case, they may feel stuck with a project if they feel they aren't doing it as well as possible. They may delay completing an assignment if the best ideas aren't coming to them, or if they believe they'll make less than a top grade. People with anxiety can have a tendency to feel overwhelmed, which can make it hard to begin a task at all. When we perceive an overload of information, it can be hard to know where to begin. The mental health effects of procrastination manifest in different ways. They may include boredom, helplessness, or anger. You may find it hard to admit you're experiencing anxiety or have any responsibility for your poor performance. While other people or circumstances may sometimes contribute to your difficulties in completing a project, focusing blame externally can exacerbate the problem. Most of us can relate to the boredom, frustration, and stress procrastination can cause. It's important to realize that putting off projects is not a moral failing. Instead, it's a very human tendency to avoid unpleasant feelings. If we find ourselves frequently procrastinating, we're likely caught up in an unhelpful cycle. We delay an activity to avoid stress, only to experience more stress when we confront the issue at the last minute. If we step back and consider the reasons we procrastinate, we can break this cycle. We can change our behaviors, try different approaches, and find the strength to get it all done.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope you come back soon. So till the next time, much love.